All right, Christy, here's a little bit of that magic you were talking about. Here's a great tag team match. The Honky Tonk Man partnering up with Hulk Hogan, facing Miles Wickheiser and Ballarat Jack, the United Kingdoms. How'd I do?
Myron, honey, you're gonna make it a really interesting new year, my guy.
Well, thank you very much.
This next tag team match is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit. Led to the ring by the mouth of the South Jimmy Hart, from Memphis, Tennessee, weighing 252 pounds, the Honky Tonk Man.
The mouth of the South Jimmy Hart, virtually inseparable from his megaphone, even if only for a little while. The Honky Tonk Man making his way down to the ring. Separate from Hulk Hogan, they are giving themselves the wholesale star treatment for this one. Not that they don't like each other, but they are definitely, well, it is a headline sort of match, so I guess it's sort of okay.
That's what I thought. I mean, it takes a little bit longer. They should have just come in together, but, they're big stars. What the hell?
Partner, from Venice Beach, California, weighing 302 pounds, the immortal Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, this one's a little bit different in that we don't see Hulk Hogan and the Honky Tonk Man partnered up very often. So we decided to mix things up a little bit. I needed opponents for the United Kingdom. And, I'm talking to Jimmy Hart about it, and I said, well, we've never seen Hulk Hogan and Honky Tonk Man together. Why don't we? I eventually got him to see reasons.
Hulk Hogan, of course, much more famous for his singles actions, but tonight, in our first going up, is a tag team partner to the Honky Tonk Man against Miles Wickheiser and Ballarat Jack Jones. And what a premier match it is for the United Kingdom if they could garner a win over Hulk Hogan and the Honky Tonk Man.
That's what I thought too. I don't know how likely that's going to be, but it's worth a shot.
I'm charged up for this one. Yeah, it's new, it's different, and that's what makes it spicy, Myron. The UK's definitely not gonna have an easy time this go round.
I think Hogan and Honky are gonna make an interesting pair. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it all goes.
Their opponents, first, from Waltham Cross, England, weighing 255 pounds, Niles Wickheiser.
Niles Wickheiser leading the way for Ballarat Jack Jones and his new enamorada Virginia Austen.
His partner accompanied by Virginia Austen, from Victoria, Australia, Ballarat Jack Jones. Together, they are the United Kingdoms.
Well, certainly a whole lot of hoopla for this first-time encounter between the United Kingdoms and Hulk Hogan and the Honky Tonk Man. Definitely an unusual pair brought in by the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart. And they've definitely got the advantage when it comes to experience. The United Kingdoms are definitely, as you point out, Christy, going to have a very difficult time against Hulk Hogan and the Honky Tonk Man.
Boy, that crowd's sure letting them have it, aren't they?
They most certainly are. Ballarat Jack and Virginia Austen. Again, top rated and most hated around here at the present time. Well, all right, well, following yet another bombastic entrance from the United Kingdoms, it'll be the Honky Tonk Man and Niles Wickheiser initiating contact in this tag team matchup as referee Charles Lucero sounds the bell. Wickheiser caught from behind by HTM. Hard whip to the far right corner. There's a clothesline from Honky Tonk. A set of short staccato kicks to the chest of Niles Wickheiser, who collapses out towards center ring. Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South, back at it again with his megaphone, an elbow across the chest of Niles Wickheiser. Here's a pin, one, but only a one. Niles Wickheiser, the Honky Tonk Man, definitely working it for the fans here in Richmond, Virginia this evening. Niles Wickheiser rounded up, whipped towards his team's corner. The Honky Tonk Man gonna take it himself. Smashes Wickheiser's head into the turnbuckle. Niles Wickheiser in some serious trouble on the wrong side of the ring against the Honky Tonk Man. What a forearm right to the nose. There's another. A hard right hand from the Honky Tonk Man. A headlock punch. Wickheiser staggers out of the corner. Honky Tonk Man has him up. Atomic drop and a half. There's a kick. There's a clubbing overhand right. Niles Wickheiser not doing too well for himself at the present time, to be sure. Honky Tonk Man firmly in control at the present time in this matchup. Again, Wickheiser whipped back to the opposing team's corner. Honky Tonk Man up on the middle rope and he was going to start raining right hands on the head of Wickheiser. Wickheiser goes after Hogan. Hogan collapses to the outside. Honky Tonk Man right behind him again. Back suplex. Niles Wickheiser has had quite enough. He turns it over to Ballarat Jack Jones. Honky Tonk Man goes right after him. An elbow takes Ballarat Jack down. Here's another cover. Womp. The Honky Tonk Man impressing the tar out of me right now. What a performance from the one-time longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in WWE history. HTM raining right hands on the head of Ballarat Jack Jones. He liked it so much he's going to go for it a second time. And Ballarat Jack not faring too well. In fact, about faring as well as Niles Wickheiser did. A clothesline from HTM to Ballarat Jack. A knee right to the head. And to think, Hulk Hogan has not even been tagged in yet. Ballarat Jack whipped to the corner. He counters with an elbow, gets out of the corner, gets a hold of Honky Tonk Man. Whips him to the United Kingdom's corner. A kick to the ribs from Ballarat Jack Jones. A kick to the calf of the Honky Tonk Man. Virginia Austen looking on as her new fella goes to work on the Honky Tonk Man. A set of kicks to the ribs, a spin kick right under the chin. And now Ballarat Jack Jones turning things around, rebounds off the ropes, and a face wash to the Honky Tonk Man. Off the middle rope moonsault from Ballarat Jack. Impressive for a man of his size. The Honky Tonk Man gathered up, whipped to the United Kingdom's corner, catches a cheap shot from Wickheiser. Wickheiser's brought in on the tag. Here comes a double team to the Honky Tonk Man. An a flying shoulder off the top rope as Niles Wickheiser assumes control for the United Kingdom's Honky Tonk Man. Right back into the opposing team's corner again. Wickheiser opens up with a set of knees into the midsection of the Honky Tonk Man. Honky Tonk Man counters quickly back up again, locks it up. Whips Wickheiser to his team's corner. Wickheiser one more time head first into that turnbuckle, courtesy of the Honky Tonk Man. HTM snap mares him out. He's going up to the middle rope with bad intentions. And whoa, what a beautiful elbow drop. Might have hurt himself in the process, but that was artful. Honky Tonk Man going for it again. This time a more conventional elbow to Niles Wickheiser, but he certainly caught all of it. Wickheiser whipped back again into Jimmy Hart's team's corner. HTM up on the middle rope again, starts raining punches on the head of Niles Wickheiser. One more time, Wickheiser finds his way out of that situation, but it is already, the damage is done. He's already busted open. Honky Tonk Man with a set of knees and kicks, and Wickheiser looks like he might be hurt. And for the first time in the matchup, here comes the immortal one, Hulk Hogan, in the Hulkster, playing to the crowd as he will, and he can afford to. Niles Wickheiser's not going anywhere. Wickheiser catches a right from the Hulkster. Whipped back into the opposing team's corner. He counters again with an elbow, finds his way out of the corner. Hulk Hogan whipped to the United Kingdom's corner. A quick kick from Niles Wickheiser. Wickheiser takes himself up and whoa! A flying kick off the middle rope. Here's a pin. One. Honky Tonk Man trying to make the rescue, but Hulk Hogan found his own way out. Niles Wickheiser catches a set of chops from Hulk Hogan and up into a bear hug. Center ring with no ropes to access. No means of egress. For Niles Wickheiser, he's going to have to make his own, and he certainly starts to do so. Finally getting himself disengaged from the... Whoa! Virginia Austen, did you see that? She grabbed Hulkster's leg, distracted him. And now Ballarat Jack Jones brought in on the tag. The United Kingdom's working together as a unit. Well, for weal or for woe, as the saying goes. Ballarat Jack Jones raining blows on the head of the Hulkster. Here comes Honky Tonk Man again. And let me tell you, Honky Tonk Man's been hot in this match. There's a knee to the head from Ballarat Jack. A stomp to Hulk Hogan. Ballarat Jack just going to work on anything with a pulse. Hard right hands to the head of the Hulkster. Honky Tonk Man, the legal man in the ring. And he moves in on Ballarat Jack Jones and is whipped immediately to the United Kingdom's corner. Counters, finds his way out. And whoa, what a beautiful slam by the Honky Tonk Man. Here's a pin. One. Only a one. Ballarat Jack Jones still with far too much steam in the tank as Honky Tonk Man rains right hands on the head of the angry Aussie, Ballarat Jack. Honky Tonk Man has been a man on fire in this tag team matchup, and he has certainly been impressive. Hulk Hogan brought back in on the tag. Ballarat Jack Jones back to a standing position, takes a shoulder tackle from the Hulkster. Hulk Hogan rounds him up, locks up Ballarat Jack, has him up, and whoa, beautiful power slam. And look at this, a chair has been introduced into the ring by Virginia Austen. Hulk Hogan goes after Niles Wickheiser, hangs him up off the top rope. The referee counting Ballarat Jack on the outside as Honky Tonk Man is brought back in. Ballarat Jack Jones on the outside of the Honky Tonk Man, having himself a pretty good time here. Goes behind on Ballarat Jack Jones, has him up. Whoa, a beautiful quick counter, but Honky Tonk Man right back in behind him, whips him to the ropes, makes the duck under, an elbow right to the face of Ballarat Jack Jones. Followed up with a stomp. Ballarat Jack rolls out, rolls back in for a reset, delivers a set of kicks, a chop, and what a right. Dropping the Honky Tonk Man. Here's a pin. One. No. HTM. Whoa. Ballarat Jack certainly provoked. Whoa! A running kick to the face of HTM. Down he goes. The Honky Tonk Man in trouble for one of the first few times in this matchup. He has certainly shown out this evening. He rolls out to the floor. Ballarat Jack Jones setting it up with bad intentions over the top rope. Whoa, a definite high-risk maneuver, but paying off major dividends. Taking down the Honky Tonk Man on the outside as Ballarat Jack Jones continues to lay in the assault on Honky Tonk Man on the outside, irregardless of the referee's count. Now driving a series of knees into the leg of the Honky Tonk Man. Ballarat Jack Jones, a hate magnet at the present time. You can hear it in the crowd. They are seething. Hulk Hogan brought in on the tag. Business may be about to pick up here. The Hulkster rounds up Ballarat Jack. Another beautiful power slam right out of the gate. A stomp to the back. Hulk Hogan seizing control of Ballarat Jack almost immediately upon being tagged. Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South, relatively quiet, relatively well behaved, with his team firmly in control at the present time. What a discus punch. He just busted open Ballarat Jack. A running kick right to the face of Ballarat Jack, and he is not looking too good right now, let me tell you. Honky Tonk Man inadvertently tags his own partner, but here's a more conventional tag. Ballarat Jack Jones catches a drop toe hold and an elbow to the back from the Honky Tonk Man as he takes over for his team. Virginia Austen. Oh, she is just cursing people out left and right over there. Honky Tonk Man rounded up by Ballarat Jack into an abdominal stretch. And this match, a little bit more than halfway over and still no sign of a winner. What a performance from all four members of these teams. Virginia Austen interfering in this matchup. She should be out of here. Virginia Austen assisting, air quotes here, the Honky Tonk Man back inside the ring. Ballarat Jack takes down Hulk Hogan with a set of 10-shot punches to the chest. Honky Tonk Man catches a series of staccato kicks right to the face from Ballarat Jack Jones. And again, the tides have turned in this tag team matchup. Ballarat, whoa! A double boot stomp right from what distance? Wow, 1, 2. Another near fall. Honky Tonk Man refusing to give up here. Ballarat Jack Jones whips him to the United Kingdom's corner. He's going to field this one himself. Rebounds off the ropes. Honky Tonk. Whoa! What a left from Ballarat Jack. Now a series of mounted punches and a stomp to the midsection to the Honky Tonk Man. HTM counters with both boots. Quickly gets himself back up and still performing. Niles Wickheiser knocks the wind out of him with a boot right to the face. Wickheiser now the legal man in this matchup. Jimmy Hart just about ready to get involved here. He is getting into it with Charles Lucera, and he just took away the megaphone. Well, what about this? Niles Wickheiser on the outside, the Honky Tonk Man getting into it with Virginia Austen. Jimmy Hart absolutely furious at the loss of his megaphone, and Niles Wickheiser and Hulk Hogan duking it out on the outside with the referee continuing to count. Wow. Honky Tonk Man slams Wickheiser into the lip of the apron. Jimmy Hart's got his megaphone back. A set of fist drops from the Honky Tonk Man to Niles Wickheiser, and he's in big trouble on the wrong side of town. Honky Tonk Man whips him towards the barricades. Niles Wickheiser continuing to be counted by referee Charles Lucera. HTM takes down Ballarat Jack Jones with a shoulder. Virginia Austen absolutely livid. Jimmy Hart conferring with the Honky Tonk Man by their corner. Hulk Hogan goes after Niles Wickheiser, rolls him back inside the ring. This one's been a little bit on the chaotic side. HTM tries for the double axe handle but is countered by Niles Wickheiser. Whip to the corner. Whoa, Wickheiser misses the spear. Honky Tonk Man whips him back to his team's corner. Niles Wickheiser catches a quick snapmare. Honky Tonk Man going up on the middle rope. Yeah, his nose is all mussed up. And here's that beautiful spinning elbow drop. And Honky Tonk Man laid it in beautiful, but Niles Wickheiser rescued by Ballarat Jack Jones before even the count of 1. Hulk Hogan brought back in one more time, 3/4 of the way through this matchup, and still no pins, no tap outs. What is going on here, folks? Niles Wickheiser whips Hogan to the corner. Hulk Hogan eating turnbuckle face first. And here comes Ballarat Jack Jones again. A double team incoming for the Hulkster. Oh no. You gotta be kidding. No, don't do that. Whoa! Spike pile driver. And that is a very dangerous move to be sure. 1, 2. Make sure Hulk Hogan's all right. Yes, he is. That spike pile driver. A very dangerous tandem move. Ballarat Jack Jones catches a shot to the midsection from the Hulkster. Evidently, he is all right. There's a scoop slam. Hulkster rebounds off the ropes. There's the leg drop. This could be the end right here. Hulk Hogan covers, hooks the leg. Here's the ref. 1, 2.
Niles Wick. Oh, well, we just lost referee Charles Lucera in what could be one of his first casualties. It is one of his first casualties. He don't get hurt too often. Ballarat Jack whipped to the corner by the Hulkster, but he counters with an elbow. Hulk Hogan rounded up by Ballarat Jack Jones, the referee. Still non-compass menace at the present time as Niles Wickizer is brought in on the tag. It don't matter. They're going to do it again with the referee out to lunch. Oh, no. Unbelievable. A second spike pile driver to Hulk Hogan. The referee unable to see it. And here, of course, a convenient pin. 1, 2. Unbelievable. Hulk Hogan somehow, some way powering out of that after 2 spike pile drivers. A hard right from Wickizer. A second takes Hogan down to the floor. And here comes Ballarat Jack on the tag. Less than 4 minutes to go. We may be looking at a time limit draw here, folks. Neither team given an inch on this one. At the present time, Honky Tonk Man laid out on the outside. Hulk Hogan rolled back in by Niles Wickizer. Ballarat Jack, the active man in the team. There's a hard right to the head of Hulk Hogan. Hogan goes behind, gets a hold of Wickizer, has him up front cradle, slams him into the turnbuckle, hurls him out towards center ring. Hulk Hogan with a stomp to the midsection of Ballarat Jack Jones. And now, slams him nose first into the mat. Hulk Hogan, perhaps a bit tired of fooling around here with Ballarat Jack Jones, rounds him back up. We're still waiting for Honky Tonk Man to get back to his corner. And finally he does. Snake Eyes head first into the turnbuckle for Ballarat Jack. Hulk Hogan gathers him up, hard whips him to his team's corner. He's going to field this one himself. No, he isn't. Ballarat Jack counters, gets out of the corner, gets a hold of Hulk Hogan, whips him towards the United Kingdom's corner again. Jimmy Hart, one more time getting ready to intervene here. Ballarat Jack driving knees into the midsection of Hulk Hogan. Again, Charles Lucera confiscating the bullhorn. And in the meanwhile, Ballarat Jack driving both knees into the chest of Hulk Hogan. The megaphone now standing center ring could be a weapon if you don't get it out of here. There we go. Ballarat Jack Jones in control. Jimmy Hart absolutely furious. Ballarat Jack up on the top. Another double boot stomp from the top turnbuckle. That's got to be hard on the ankles. An enziguri to the Honky Tonk Man leaves him laid out again instead of at his corner where he should be, with about a minute and a half pending, folks. Hulk Hogan whips Ballarat Jack to the corner and starts to drive his head into the turnbuckle. Yes, sir, Hulk Hogan has had quite enough of Ballarat Jack Jones, and he is showing out. Jones collapses towards, and again, Virginia Austen grabbing a hold of the ankle of Hulk Hogan. Niles Wickizer hung up off the top rope. Hulk Hogan rounds up Ballarat Jack. Up over the shoulders. Walks him towards the other side of the ring, hangs him up off the top rope. Down he goes. Hogan needs to make a pin in a hurry. Takes himself to the top turnbuckle. And a big-time cross-body splash that does not find the mark. Ballarat Jack quickly evades, whips Hogan towards the ropes, ducks under. Ballarat Jack tries for the bear hug, catches a headbutt. Hogan tags in with the right, goes behind. Less than, oh my goodness, we're running out of time here. A sleeper hold from the Hulkster. But Ballarat Jack counters with a jawbreaker. Hogan back to a standing position. Here we go. Flying punch off the ropes from Ballarat Jack. He covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Unbelievable. What a buzzer beater. The United Kingdom's picking up an upset win
Here's
here.
the time, 19 minutes and 42 seconds. And your winners, the United Kingdoms.
Well, an upset and a buzzer beater all in one for the UKs. That takes care of the first hour this evening. We'll be back with the second half of RWL Rage in just a moment.